Waiting for some more people to join real quick before we get going. We got some people coming in. If you're here, let me know in the chat. Yo! Opium Balhana. What's going on? What's up, Chief? He says. Nothing much. Nothing much. Not too much at the moment. Spending. Oh, what about you? How are you doing? How's everyone doing? We got some more people coming in, which is good to see, of course. Until I'm shadow banned. If that hasn't happened already. Just kidding. Just kidding. Guten Tag, Carmen. Yes. Hello, Carmen. Oh, German. Guten Tag. Yes. Good day. Good day, my friends. Want to give it just a minute or more for more people to join. I don't want people to miss out on the opportunity here. Freshly joining. Opium Balhana, #1 top fan. Glad you enjoy. Carmen, you're also a top fan. Look at that. What more can I expect of the people that join my live instantaneously? Yep, that's what it shows up here on the live chat. Just getting back from an intense workout, gonna have my steak. Good, right on. I ate earlier this morning. Ground beef, eggs, minimal salt. I don't really overdo the salt anymore. So, anyway, even more people have shown up. Look at that. Good to see you all. Dr. Volker Mensel 3249, greetings from Hamburg. If it's Germany, then it's Hamburg. Yes, greetings. Greetings from Illinois, the state of Illinois in America. I'm eating 30 raw eggs a day. Oh, good. Oh, we got even more people here. For the people that were here yesterday, you will have already known. You already know that yesterday's live stream was all about, who my health science community is for. If you're someone that fits that criteria, and of course, we talk about also the types of people that would, let's say, wouldn't be a good fit. If you're an ideologue that doesn't care about integrity of scientific information or any form of veracious information at all, information of veracity, which of course I would presume that you guys are not one of those people, which is a good thing. But I need to talk about something else as well, which is what I expect from you all that have joined as founding members of this community, because there's another side of this as well, of course. And I sort of touched on it yesterday, but I didn't really emphasize it as much. And so that's what this is about today. What is the philosophy behind the community as a whole? And then what do I expect in return as founding members? Because once again, I want to continue iterating and reiterating this. We are in the founder or the founding phase, if you want to call it that. Founders. Same thing. We are in the founding phase. And what that means is that you will secure, if you sign up, to be one of the founding members. We've got 48 at the moment. The first 100 members are going to secure the lowest price that will be charged in the entirety of the existence of this community. and it will be locked in for life as long as you remain a member in good standing. The prices will increase significantly at some point. So I want to get that out of the way once again. But I need to touch on what do I expect in return as a result of that? And it's quite simple. I don't expect you to have to, necessarily eat 30 raw eggs a day, for example. That's not, there's not exactly any homework per se. It's not anything like assignments or anything. It's an expectation that that's part of this deal. And what that is good. So we got a good amount of people here already to talk about this. I want to make sure that I'm prematurely stating anything. What that is that your obligation as founding members, the expectation that I have for you is to help me build this from the ground up and to help shape it into really the ultimate health science community, the one that's actually built on, at the very least, the most, but most communities are not built upon this, veracity, scientific rigor, actual foundational truth, fundamental truth, which people fail to really understand in the health space now. Integrity, discipline when it comes to actually investigating questions, which is not really seen too much nowadays at all, and actual hard sciences as well. But I also expect feedback, sort of. That's part of this is through feedback. Obviously, I have to receive feedback to know that what I am providing as well is conducive to building that community, because this isn't just on you. Of course, this is a team effort. That's part of what community is about. So it's not necessarily to say that you must provide feedback no matter what. If you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying it, then the feedback is less exigent, is less in less of a demand for that feedback. Although it helps to know that you're enjoying the community and not just sort of feeling a neutral feeling about it or anything like that. But it's less demanding. If you have any issues or problems, or what I suspect would be most common, given the confidence that I have in the people that are already in the community right now, and what my vision is for the community, I would like it to be the case that I expect for feedback to be only provided if you are seeing that things could be improved beyond the baseline as well. So obviously this is going to require, honest feedback. It's got to be honest feedback. I know that you might have a proclivity to sort of potentially to sort of perhaps sort of not state as much of a problem that you might have, or as much of an improvement that you might want, so as to be conciliatory. But I don't want that. I want pure honesty. Suggestions about what to include in the community, some more ideas. What's really great about having this community as a first sort of feature, if you're going to call it a feature, is that it's not actually a feature. It is the foundation. It actually helps to continue building the community up even further. It's like a positive feedback loop, precisely because of this. Direction is an important point as well. Feedback on what you want the direction to be, as well. So, of course, greatly appreciated. And also, again, that's what my expectation is for you as founding members. Now, I know that some of you in this chat, maybe all of you, have already signed up to be founding members. And if so, that's great. I'm glad to have you on board. And if not, don't miss out on this opportunity. This is temporary. This is a temporary deal. And it's up in the air as to how long it will last. So, but yes, input is important. That's part of what this is about. It's the other end of the obligation, so to speak. And I want to, I expect to receive your satisfaction level and have that conveyed. This is effectively, well, in effect, technically, but also effectively sort of makes it sound like it's not exactly. It is precisely a work. We've built a foundation, but it is not fully developed yet. It hasn't ossified quite yet. And that is actually the fun part about this. Some people might look at that and their immediate sort of thought is that their perception is that might be like daunting or intimidating, but actually it's opportunistic. So anyway, but yeah, that is what the expectations are. It looks like there's some new people that have joined as well. Let me take a look here. Make sure that I'm seeing everything correctly on my end. Dr. Volker Menzel says, just joined Peter's coaching program. Yes, that's another great program as well. Love your videos on the program. Great to hear. Is this a new stream? Yes, this is live. This is live. Yes, Carnivore Invictus. This is a live. Yes, this is not pre-recorded or anything like that. Yes. Oh, cool. Hello. Yes. So Carnivore Invictus, Stephen. If you are new to the stream, basically what this is designed to be is yesterday, if you weren't here yesterday, I don't think that you were here yesterday. Maybe you were watching, you weren't in the chat. Yesterday's stream was all about my new health science community that opened up on Sunday, February 1st. And it was about who the best people are to join the community, or what people this community is best for, more accurately, more precisely. And yes, Stephen, I did see that you were in there. You got in there quite quickly. But for any other newcomers here, the other part of this is that, once again, we're in the founding phase, which means that, you will get the lowest price that will ever be offered for this community, locked in for life, so long as you remain a member in good standing. There are 48 members already, as last count, that are founding members. The first 100 will be getting this lowest deal, this best deal that will be offered. The prices will be increasing significantly later on, at some point. So one of the things that is important to convey, however, is that in return for this founding members sort of deal, I have some expectations, which is to ensure the quality which is in order to ensure the quality of the community and to make sure that it becomes the ultimate health science community that is actually based on veracity, scientific rigor, actual foundational truth that people sort of have forgotten the definition of, or maybe realize that they never knew it in the first place. And I say that as charitably as possible, because, of course, I'm not doing a reaction to anybody right now. This is a more personal conversation. But yes, integrity as well, scientific integrity. Discipline in the pursuit of the truth as well, because there are rules when it comes to arriving at the truth, to make sure that you're actually arriving at truth and not some ideology based on sentiments and ego and dogma and all that stuff. And ultimately, as I emphasize in my book, in my public material, hard sciences, which provide far stronger signals than other sciences do, as opposed to, of course, noise. Because the health space is full of a bunch of noise. I've been hammering that in for the last few months, and there's a reason for that. But the expectation that I have is for everyone in the community as founding members to provide feedback. So feedback is the currency, basically. And this is, of course, if you have it. If you don't have it, it's not as important. Of course, I'd like to know if you're enjoying what's going on, even if you don't have exact feedback of how to make it better. But it's nice to know that everyone's enjoying it. And I'd like that feedback to involve honesty. So I know that a lot of people have the desire to be conciliatory with feedback in order to not offend. I actually don't want that. I'm not, of course, there's ways of putting things that aren't insulting. It's just, don't hold back whenever it comes to what you think could be better. So any suggestions that you might have, any ideas that you might have, those might involve the direction that you think that it should go. If you think that we're going in a different direction that you don't think is as optimal as it could be, I'd like to hear feedback about that. Input, generally speaking, any input that you have, I'd like that. And of course, your level of satisfaction, which goes back to my original point. That's basically the expectation that I have. What is your learning experience here? So anyway, that's what I expect in return. If you're curious about how to actually sign up, if you have not signed up already, I know that once again, Coach Steven here has signed up, which is good to hear. But anyone else that has not, there is a link in the description. And also, for even higher ease of access, I'm going to go ahead and paste it as well in the chat, because I don't want you guys missing out on this opportunity. So I am going to go ahead and paste that in the chat. Look out for that. Hello, chat. Hello, yo. Hey, grandma. Good. Hello, Unconquered. Hey, everybody. So no anecdotes. Well, it depends. I guess it depends on what you mean by anecdotes. They're not exactly anecdotes, but they're also still talking about your experience. So, I mean, you could say that it is an anecdote. But either way, they're useful, because if you're carnivore, you already know that anecdotes don't mean nothing. They definitely mean something. So got to be careful with thinking that they don't mean anything. But you guys already know that. There we go. Message is pinned for anyone that has not signed up yet. Oaktown Girl is here. Hello. So yes, the link is in the description. It's also at the top of this chat as well. So anyway, part of one of the major aspects of this community, I did this yesterday as well. I talked about this yesterday as well in the previous stream, about how there are lots of communities, and it's not to say that even people within the carnivore space are exempt from this. A lot of people in the carnivore space fall into the same trap, because we're all human. They become diet tribalists. They sort of value that. And they lose sight of the truth behind things. What you want to ensure whenever you're arriving at any conclusion is that you arrive at the conclusions, you don't choose them. Okay, you want to arrive at the conclusions. You don't want to choose them and then construct some sort of like pathway that sort of appears to make sense as to how you arrived at that. In other words, if you were to tie that into carnivore, that sort of abstraction into carnivore, the science comes before carnivore. It's never the case that carnivore becomes science or comes before science, because that is contrary to actually pursuing truth. And so this community is going to be different in that respect. It's going to actually value the truth over carnivore. It is veracity and integrity over ego and dogma, basically. And also, of course, industry-sponsored bias, which you see a lot of nowadays as well. You gotta insert some cynicism. What would a carnivore live stream be without cynicism? Some level of cynicism. So any kind of anecdotes. When it comes to what your experience is in the community, again, if you consider those anecdotes, then obviously those would suffice and those would be encouraged. But if you consider feedback as anecdotal, then sure, absolutely. It just depends on what you mean by that. I'm sneak watching from work, so I'll be in and out. That's totally fine. That is totally fine. Glad that you could make it to this critical stream. Yeah, we are becoming a vegan cult in that sense. Yeah, there are definitely some people that are that way, and I think that should very well be discouraged. Again, for anyone curious that has not joined yet, there is the link in the description and at the top of the chat. I want to make sure that people aren't missing that because, again, I can only stream for a slight bit of time here and there. So yes, the link is at the top of the chat. It is also going to be in the description of this, or it is in the description of this live as well if you have not seen it already. Science brought me to carnivore. If the science directed me towards veganism, I'd be vegan. I want to be optimal, of course. Absolutely. And that's exactly the philosophy that we have in this community. Because I think it's low in supply. I really do. I really do. So again, it's very important that we let me put it this way. How does it make you feel knowing that there are communities that are far more successful that aren't predicated upon truth at all? I want you to think about that. Because, and you probably think about it all the time, but I want it to be brought to the forefront of your brain again, right now. Because that bugs me. And I don't know if that bugs you as much as it bugs me. Maybe it bugs you more than it bugs me. But people need a community that values something different, something superior to that. So it's not just a matter of wishing it into existence. It's also becoming a part of it and helping build it to actually be able to compete with the other people. Think of the other communities as sort of like massive skyscrapers. Okay, they've had a lot of time to be built. They're robust, depending on how you look at it, because in many ways they're not robust, of course, because the most robust community would be the one built on truth and veracity and integrity, of course, and scientific rigor. But to get the point across, for the sake of brevity, this one right now, we've just formed, we have the foundations laid out, but it's up to you, all of you, and obviously I'm going to be assisting this as well because I'm the one initiating this, to build it from the ground up, shape the direction of it. So architecturally, shape the architecture or texture, so to speak, and help build this into, again, the ultimate health science community built on actual scientific rigor, actual scientific integrity and veracity, that looks at hard sciences, that puts aside dogma and puts aside ego. Because if we don't do that, then all these other people, if they don't continue growing, chances are they're at the least going to stay right where they are, which is beyond us. We are still in these sort of incipient stages as a carnivore community as a whole in the alternative health space. Okay, we used to be very, very fringe, and now we're sort of mainstream within the fringe. Now I've got, neighbors that have heard of carnivore before, but they think of it as a TikTok thing. Do you want to make it more than a TikTok thing? I would like to. So again, if you would like to, the link is at the top of this chat. It's in the description as well. And then whenever this stream actually finalizes this video that you can rewatch, I'll put it in the comment section as well as a pinned comment. So it'll be anywhere that you can access a link, basically. You could probably, at this point, you can find it as well in my community tab on my YouTube as well. It's basically everywhere. So yeah, let's see what people are saying here. We are the people who are going to have to put this all back together when it falls apart. Yes, well, so this is, again, we have to make sure that we build a very, very fortitudinous community in order to combat all of this. Because all these other buildings are going to cause everything else to fall apart. You're right. They're already doing it. So we are going to rebuild health. Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. That is the ultimate goal, right? Nobody can do this alone, though. Nobody can do this alone. So yeah, but so far, I mean, it's been, like I said, we have 48 members last time that I counted, and it's going great so far. It really is. Again, incipient stages, but as incipient stages go, it's going very well. We're just getting started as well. I'm looking forward to what's to come. There's already been lots of high quality discussions as well. A lot of them, they actually happened faster than I thought they would, which is good. There's been more than I thought there were going to be in the initial stages, which is great. I already did an exclusive video. A lot of people were wondering. I've been getting emails about Peter Attia, the controversy with him. Right. I did a video that you can only access right now in the school or in the community. So that's the way to gain access to that, to my opinions on that as well. And I want to make that a regular thing. I don't think it's very difficult to do that. It's not at all. So again, just another thing to look forward to. Again, link is at the top of the chat and in the description of this live here. I'll stick to my little stone wall, the carnivore cottage. It's sturdier than the tallest balsa wood skyscraper. Is that code for being in reference to the community? Here in America, people are becoming increasingly useless to themselves. I'm a firefighter, and all day I deal with people who have destroyed themselves. Yes. I do not doubt that at all. At all. Looking at my screen here, it looks like I have already, so someone has already signed up as well. So well done to you, my friend. Yes, actually, I can see right. Yeah. Yep. So we're making progress here. Well done signing up to be a part of this, to build something big, because that is what this is all about. America seems very sick, although I don't live there. I do. It's very sick. And for anyone curious, whenever you do sign up, there's two options. So you've got a monthly option and you have an annual option as well, depending on preference. Some people prefer to do annual, some people prefer to do monthly. So we have accommodated accordingly. And in the end, I think that reaches a critical mass where society can no longer function. So we'll be the ones who have to put it back together. That's what I meant. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, America is very sick, just so you know. Again, people need us. That's really what this is. Again, people need us in the space. People need communities that actually value truth and integrity, because the thing that led to all of that, the thing that led to that was a lack of truth and a lack of integrity. That's what led to that. So, you know, and it's not even just industry sponsored bias as well. It's also laziness, complacency, you know. Anyway. But yeah, again, just want to emphasize there is an annual plan, there is a monthly plan, and nevertheless, no matter what you choose, it's huge savings, because this is still the founding members deal, which is temporary. Again, I want to emphasize that it is temporary. So again, link at the top, pinned at the top of this chat to sign up, link in the description as well to sign up, to be a founding member, and to help other people reclaim their health as well. The industry bias was an easy sell because it promoted laziness and addiction. Yes, it did. Well, remember though, science says, not in my community, but in other communities, science says that sugar isn't a drug. Science says that cholesterol is what makes you fat. Well, fat makes you fat. And cholesterol is what clogs your arteries. Stephen, haven't you heard? So, anyway. Oh, man. Yeah, mine changed a lot. Anyway, yeah. So again, I want to emphasize just one more time that the basic philosophy around this community is going to be rooted in the things I've already been talking about: scientific rigor, scientific, veracity, integrity, disciplined pursuit of truth, behind all aspects of health that at least relate to physiology and biochemistry and all that. And that I expect as founding members from you to provide me with feedback in order to make this better, to shape the direction, or to course correct if you think if you think we're going in a direction that isn't as conducive to building the greatest health community that is conducive to helping people long term and as effectively as possible. That is the expectation that I have. Black Box Warning TV. What's up? What's going on? Another sign up. Monthly sign up. Well done. Welcome to the community. Glad to have you on board. Glad to have you on board for this. And I'm glad that you secured your position as a founding member. Huge savings indeed. Locked in for life. For anyone that is new, that's wondering, I want to clarify that once again, we have sort of put down the foundation. There are still things to come. We're sort of a work in progress. We're building things up from the ground up, and I'm providing you with the opportunity to help as founding members in this community to help build that. And so I'm already starting to post some things in there. I posted the first video there. There's again regarding Peter Attia, and the controversy surrounding him. Yeah, not very. Yeah, that's. I had some thoughts when I first heard that, and so those thoughts will be they're present in the school community at the moment. So yeah, there's already exclusive videos in there, or at least there's one so far. Already some really good discussions that are starting up right now. Again, at a faster rate than I was expecting. Within 24 hours, which was good to see. Very surprising. I didn't expect it. I was like, wow. Let's get going. But yeah, okay, I'm in Central Texas where the population is so unhealthy that in more than one county, if they have to send an ambulance, they also send a fire truck for lift assist. That is unbelievable. They're definitely not part of of a healthy community. Let's put it that way. Not at all. Opium Balhana. Good having you. It seems like there aren't many young individuals in the community at the moment, such as myself, but maybe later on there will be. I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully. Absolutely. I look forward to that. We'll see what happens. But the more that we spread the message, the more that I think that, people of, I suppose our age, I'm not sure how young or old you are, Carmen, will be exposed and consider it and have that opportunity provided to them. So probably 75% of my calls are lift assists. That's insane. It's unbelievable. Again, if you still have not signed up yet, link is at the very top of this chat, and it is also in the description under this live. If you're watching in theater mode, as they call that. So, I'm 20, but yeah, I agree. Okay, so we're about the same age, actually. I'm 22. 22. 2. That's what I mean. But once again, I know that some of you were already in the previous live stream. You were here before, and in the previous live stream, I talk about who this community is for. And so just to remind you, this community is for people who actually value truth and veracity over dogma and ego and industry-sponsored bias, and also complacency in the scientific sphere. This is for people who actually care about basically pursuing the truth. You don't care about a tribe. That's not what it's about. You are if you're someone that arrives at conclusions and you're tired of all the noise that is yielded, I suppose, and produced from not pursuing truth but pursuing ideology. If you're tired of the noise and you want to actually acquire strong signals that, of course, are based in truth, because truth is the strongest signal that you can actually acquire, well, then this community is for you. If you are not that person, if you are an ideologue, if you like being told that you're doing everything right, even when you're not, then this community isn't for you, and there's no worries. You don't need to worry about that. If you want to actually be able to reconcile, again, if you want to be able to reconcile sort of seemingly contradictory studies as well, yeah, then this community is also for you. You know, things that are important and actually matter, as opposed to what's a distraction, like human nutrition science is. You know? And of course, put that aside, actually. Not even all of that, but also, if you're keen to optimize your health even further, or in general, some people, when they arrive at carnivore, they're not fully healed yet. So anyway, yeah, it's important that you know whether or not you are the right person for this community. Some communities are not for, well, all communities have a certain demographic that is best for. So, like I said, you know, who if you're wondering a question, you're wondering the answer for who should be or who should join the health science community, a first of its kind, then make sure to sign up. Link at the top of the chat. Link in the description below as well. Because this is a community where the science will be discussed plainly. Okay, there won't be there's not going to be any hidden agendas or anything like that at all. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm not the oldest on the back end of 51. LOL. There's also some emphasis that I'm putting on people that are actually curious thinkers, just generally speaking. So if you have this is who I am. If you have a curiosity that may have been kindled by, you know, wanting to benefit your health and improve your health, of the inner workings of the body, and sort of being able to tie diet to mechanism, then that's important to consider as well. It's important that you join the community. Okay, for your own sake, join that community if that's who you are. If any of this fits the description of who you are, a character, you know, actually characterizes you properly. So, QQQ, do you have any books on biochemistry that would be good to read after I finish Contraindicated, of course? Yeah, and you know what? With books, that wasn't really my major thing. I do have some books that relate to not biochemistry, but I have a textbook that's about the Stewart model of acid base. A lot of that, though, got that from papers and stuff like that, which I should probably share in the community as well. That would be a good opportunity to do that. Good place to put that. Again, if you are one of those people, though, that I was just describing, link is at the top of the chat. Link is in the description below. Below my face. And it will also be a pinned comment for whenever you watch the video back. But of course, that will be a while later after the stream ends. So I just joined. What did I miss? Well, VSP 712. Basically, if you weren't here yesterday, yesterday's stream was the first stream that I did since the opening, the grand opening of my community, my health science community, a first of its kind, which is designed to put veracity, scientific veracity and integrity over ego, dogma, and industry-sponsored bias. And I talked all about who that community is for and whether you're a good fit, how to tell if you're a good fit for the community, and how to tell whether you're not a good fit for the community. And I talked about that here as well. But one of the other things that I talked about, putting aside arguably the most important detail actually, which is that we are in the founding phase. And that means that if you sign up now, you will be not only just a founding member that helps build the community, helps to shape the direction and the course of the community, but also gets the lowest price that will ever be offered, locked in for life, so long as you remain a member in good standing as well. And so I was talking about also the expectations that I have for founding members, which is to once again help build the community from the ground up. The foundation is laid, but it's going to take, a group effort to build the community into an ultimate health science community that actually is able to contend with all of the noisy, what would you say, fragile surrounding structures that are built on lies and deceit. And once again, industry-sponsored bias and complacency and superficiality, all of that. And so that's what I have been talking about thus far. If you are curious, if you have not signed up yet, there's an annual option, there's a monthly option, both of which offer huge savings because of the founding members sort of phase that we're in. Then I would refer to the link that is pinned at the top of this chat and also that is in the description underneath my face in this live stream if you are viewing in theater mode. So that is what I've been talking about. So again, this is, it's for certain types of people that are keen to optimize their health, people that want a space where the science is just discussed plainly. There's no hidden agenda with the discussion of the science. Being able to actually, through looking at the science objectively and looking at facts objectively, being able to actually determine, what's a distraction versus what's important, what matters, as I was saying earlier, things of that sort. But if you're someone that is an ideologue and doesn't really like to have their ideas challenged, likes to be told that they're doing things right even when they're not, well, then this community is not for you. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of influencers, there's a lot of communities that influencers run in many cases where they just look at, it's just basic logical fallacies. It's just appeal to authority, appeal to consensus. Oh, what do the guidelines say? I just did a video on the guidelines. I talked about them before. I talked about it in my book. That's another point to add. If you really, really loved this book, well, this community is also for you because this is the type of thinking that you'll get in the community. If you've not bought the book, you're missing out in multiple ways. But for example, the FDA guidelines when it comes to, and not even just the, not even just the FDA, even just the new health guidelines, like the food pyramid, all of that stuff. Like people trust that. They don't even question the foundations of those things. This is a community and a group of people that will question the foundations like I do in my public material. That's what we do. Just for perspective, I know that we've gotten more signups as well, which good on you. Well done for joining. You will not. You're making the right decision. Absolutely. But the last time I counted, we're probably at about, I think, the last time I counted, it was with 48 members. It was 48 founding members. And And the first 100 will be getting this founding members deal. Again, annual, monthly, your choice, huge savings nevertheless. And the prices will be increasing significantly after that. At some point, is what I should say. Because I can only offer it for a certain amount of time. And also, since Stephen was mentioning the book earlier, I know he was asking questions about biochemistry books or things of that nature. Not only is it appropriate to join the community if you enjoyed this book, it seems that most people have enjoyed the book, looking at the reviews of Contraindicated on Amazon, which you can also see. I've actually posted those throughout the last few months in my community tab on my page. But you can go whenever you go to buy the book, if you haven't already, on Amazon. You'll find those as well. You'll find the reviews there. So hopefully those people are in the community as well at this point. You think diet can actually heal me like the carnivore diet? I'm riddled with mental health problems. Do I think diet generally? Yeah, yes, of course I do. I wrote about that in my book as well. And you know what? Here's something else that I've noticed. If you are part of a community that is like-minded, that has dealt with similar problems as you, or is dealing with similar problems, this is a community to join if you're in desire for that, because they can help you tremendously. I've seen this firsthand with all the other communities that I've been a part of. For example, Coach Peter's community. I've seen this firsthand. I think a lot of people, this is what I haven't emphasized this at all in this live stream. A lot of people tend to underestimate the value of community. Looks like we got another monthly sign up as well. So congratulations for you. Well done on joining. This is a good decision. You are making a good decision, my friend. And I'll see you in the community, and I look forward to interacting with you. But a lot of people underestimate the value of community. They sort of think of that as supplementary, secondary. But it isn't. If anything, hence what I've been saying this whole time, it is foundational. Because, again, you vastly underestimate how much they have experienced in their lives. We tend to think of other people as like NPCs, right? Even though you don't think that you think of them as that way, it's sort of like it's a way of your brain compartmentalizing. Like it's so that you can be an efficient being in the world. But nevertheless, it's not true. They have their own lives, and the things that they have dealt with, you'd be surprised, even if you just get 10 people together, the things that they've dealt with, that they can help you deal with if they've dealt with it before, or if they're currently dealing with it. Some problems need multiple people to fix, and also, even if they don't, some people need someone else to have dealt with that problem to be able to fix it. And that's another thing about this community, this health science community. That's a purpose of that. Again, that's a foundational purpose of it. So if you have mental health problems, you are not the only one. I can tell you that for certain. For certain. And having a community of people that you can share experiences with in that respect is invaluable. Again, if you have not signed up to be a member of that community, secure your spot as a founding member. Link is at the description. Link is at the top of this chat here, and it is also in the description underneath this stream. Maybe I'll buy the book. Maybe. Maybe. Certainly you will. Certainly you should. Community is the true foundation. Yes, correct. Absolutely correct. Okay, this is a group that if I didn't sort of convey this well enough already, if I didn't imply this, the group already at the moment is supportive. It's friendly. It's welcoming. It's what you may consider warm. Okay, so this isn't like you're doing a public speech or something like that. You know, like it's a welcoming community. You guys are on the same playing field, same level. think of it as more congruent with family. Think of it that way. But yes, community is the true foundation. What do you think is the most important perk of being a part of the community? I'm thinking about it after your video. Just tell me what the F to eat. The video spoke to me. I've watched it many times. What do you think is the most important perk of being a part of the community? Well, I think I just put that forth. It's the community aspect. It's not to say that, like I said, we're going to be building towards something even more valuable. We're going to be adding more things. But the community is the sort of, I'm trying to think of another word besides foundation. But that is the purpose. That is the purpose. The primary purpose. So again, you're not just signing up to a community, though. You're actually signing up at this moment, and it'll change at some point, but at this moment as a founding member of the health science community. And so there is an obligation that you have, and it's not loaded. It's just, again, it's what I ask in return. It's all I ask in return for the heavy discount for life. So long as you remain a member of good standing for life, is your honest feedback about the direction that the community is going, about the material that's already in there, suggestions, ideas for what to include. Because obviously I'm committed to your satisfaction. Why wouldn't I be? It has to be the best. If I didn't say that already, if I didn't get that across effectively already, we've got to make this. Just think about the communities that are already set up, that are based in a bunch of lies and deceit and tribalism. Okay, think of those, and then think about how there is not, at the moment, sufficient competition. There's a sufficient competition. We want to build something to help fight the good fight that is actually built of the most robust materials, that being derived from truth. Again, link is at the top of the chat. It is in the description as well, if you have not signed up yet. There are more exclusive videos coming. Again, the community just got started. There's already really good conversations already happening. I have already contributed a video of my own, an exclusive video to the community about Peter Attia, the recent controversy surrounding his little thing, which is that was really something, wasn't it? We're obviously going to be talking about broader subjects than what is present on YouTube as well. I can only talk about so much publicly. I think we all know that, even if I haven't said that as of yet. I think we all sort of get that. But yes, there are more exclusive videos coming. It will be for the community only, however. And again, I would like to congratulate and give a well done to the people tonight who have signed up on the stream, because this is important. This is very important. This isn't something casual. This is a big deal. We're in the incipient stages, but that doesn't mean it's a small deal. This is the start of something big. And with your help, we can make it big. So again, just want to tell everyone that, again, if I haven't made it clear, the link to join, to be a founding member, to have the best deal of your life for this community, so long as you remain a member in good standing. There are annual options. There are monthly options. There is a monthly option. There is an annual option. The link is at the top of this chat, and it is also in the description under this video, under this stream. Again, the first 100 people will be getting this deal, and the prices will be significantly increasing later on at some point. So again, top of the chat, link at the top of the chat, link in the description below. And with that said, it was good being with all of you today, as it was yesterday as well. Looking forward to interacting with you in the community. If you have not signed up already, there's already 50 approximately in. So again, first 100 get that deal. There's 50 in. Look forward to seeing you in the program, in the community. And with that said, I will see you next time. I will see you next time. Or again, in the community. Hopefully, if you're making the right decision. So, till then.